pray for, every night and every day for. You give it all, then you give more. That's good for footy.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. How are you? Whoa! These Richmond shows, they never let you down, do you? Thank you very much. Nice welcome. My name's Damien. Welcome along to the Skyways Hotel tonight. We've got Richmond show on. We've got two champions out the back over there. They've just rocked in. You probably saw them as they walked through. Did anyone get excited by that process? Yeah, well, it's always good, isn't it? I always like that to be a nice, refreshing feeling that you get. So let's get them out here. Let's not muck around. These are the only live and interactive footy panel shows going around in Australia. These are where the fans meet the players and the players meet the fans. This is what you'll do tonight with those guys. You'll meet them. You'll have a good time. Let's get him out here. He's our first panellist. He was born on the 24th of January 1996. He's played a total of 69 games and kicked a total of 20 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2016. When he plays for the Richmond Football Club, what number does he wear? Number 15, that's right. Please welcome to the stage, Jaden Short.
We're from Tigerland, a fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and skin. If we're behind then never mind.
All right, save it. You're one of those clubs that's going to hear that a lot during September, so, you'll be all right. You might hear it a couple more times tonight too, I'm gathering. Let's get our second panellist out here. Hey, Jaden, nice to see you here, mate. I shouldn't.
Nice to be here, thank you.
I was about to go straight into it, and I thought that was really rude. So, mate, nice to see you here. Good to have you here.
Right.
It's a very sweet boy. There you go. Our second panellist was born on the 26th of November 1991. He's played a total of 93 games and kicked 59 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2015 when he plays for the Richmond Football Club. He wears the number 23 on his back. Please welcome to the stage, Kane Lambert.
We're from Tigerland, a fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin.
Hello, brother.
Risking head and skin.
Nice to see ya.
If we're behind, then never mind. We'll fight and win, for we're from Tigerland.
Come on, let's do it. Let's
we
go.
Never
Come on.
Until the final siren's gone.
You boys can join in if
like
you want.
The tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold, for we're from Tiger. Yeah, we're from Tigerland.
Boys, I know it's not the Great Southern Stand. I know it's not the Punt Road end. I know it's not down in the hallows of the MCG, but that's still, you could hear that song anywhere, couldn't you? It just gets you, ooh. Hairs on your arms standing up. Yeah?
We hear it enough. No, it's good.
Yeah, I like that. Well, we've heard that enough. Oh, we keep hearing it. And I'm sure you'll keep hearing it a little bit more as the September rolls on. That's what we want to know.
Hopefully, yes.
Okay? Yeah, good. All right, what I want to do, boys, welcome to your first show, Caden. All right, you haven't been on one of these before.
First one.
Don't be too much like a deer in a headlight. You'll get used to it very quick. A bit like an old man into a warm bath. All right, and then as soon as you do, you'll know exactly what's going on. We're going to do it in our first segment. This is where we get to know a little bit about you and they get to know a little bit. All right, that's how it goes. Let's introduce it. It's called What About Me? There you go. You can always tell the people in the audience about their age demographic, because if they think that's a Shannon Knoll song, yeah, it's kind of nah. You've got to go all the way back to Moving Pictures for that one. So I want to ask you a series of questions, boys. This is just to find out a little bit about you, all right? So we'll go one after the other. It doesn't matter who goes first. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in northern suburbs of Melbourne, so
Okay.
predominantly Reservoir and Preston.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I grew up about 20 minutes away from here in Mill Park.
Mill Park.
Yeah, not
right.
too far at all.
So did you boys ever play any junior footy against each other, being that you were...
Nah, I'm a fair bit older than
He's an old
Jaden,
fella.
but
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
weren't too far
but
away.
I mean, I didn't mean together, but just...
Close enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Would have been close enough.
All right. Who did you barrack for growing up?
Unfortunately, Essendon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was Carlton.
Essendon, Carlton. Wow. You'll probably find if you keep saying
I
the word
struggle
Carlton at
to
these
say that.
shows, it doesn't go down too well. Not with the Richmond one. But that's interesting to find out. Who was your favourite footballer when you were growing up?
Mine, being an Essendon supporter, was James Hird.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I think mine was Anthony Koutafidis.
Yeah.
I actually named my dog after him, so he's passed
What, the
now.
full name, or?
Just Cooter.
You know,
No,
like,
it's
come
Cooter.
here, Anthony Koutafidis. Yeah?
Nah, just Cooter.
Just Cooter, all right. What is your frame of mind before you go into a game of football? Now, I know we were talking out the back about the Brisbane game that you just had. What's your frame of mind when you go into a game like that? Are you anxious? Are you calm? Are you nervous? Are you relaxed? What's your vibe?
No, it's all pretty calm. You'll
Okay.
be if you've been down the rooms, you'll probably be surprised how much the boys take the piss. To be honest,
Yeah.
it's probably the time of the week where we have have a laugh, have a joke. So it's pretty hard to be
Too
too
serious.
uptight and too serious. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Does that get you into? Is that the way you like to perform at your best?
Yeah, it does. I'd probably steer away from telling the jokes. I just laugh at the jokes. But,
Yeah, right.
No, it's always good to be around people like Shorty and having a laugh with them or at them.
Yeah, it's good.
More at me.
More at you. I've spoken to a lot of the boys. A lot of the Richmond boys have actually been on the shows over the journey, and a lot of them have always said, "Damo, you've got to get Shorty on, mate." So we're going to find out what Shorty's really like tonight. But tell us, what's your frame of mind? before we go?
I'm pretty excited. Obviously, there's always a little bit of nerves, but we've got Dustin in the rooms playing all these old tunes and stuff like that. So Dimmer's pretty relaxed in the meeting and stuff, so it sort of helps us to stay relaxed.
Okay.
But obviously, I'm a bit nervous, but once I'm out there, it's sort of
White
pretty
line,
excited
bang,
and
get across it.
Just want to get going.
Tell me this, completely question without warning, but who would be the calmest and who would be probably the most hyper? Just off the top.
The calmest, like Dustin does our last warm-up in tracksuit pants, so I think he's probably our calmest and the most hyped. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, probably you. Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe me.
Yeah, go with that. All right, there you go. Hey, what were you doing before footy came along? What were you up to?
Yes, so I was working in a gym. I was manager at a gym and playing VFL footy, so it was a pretty full-on schedule.
Yeah, right. A fitness trainer or is
It started as that, but
Okay.
then sort of progressed into management.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it was a tough gig, but I'm
Yeah.
definitely happy playing at the Tigers now. I'll tell you that
good.
much.
Yeah.
And I was a labourer for a carpenter for a year and then got drafted when I was 18. So finished school at 17 and worked for a year and then was lucky enough to get drafted at 18.
Okay, did you go and actually do a trade or you just went...
No, I was just labouring for a
just got
carpenter.
in.
Yeah, I sort of didn't start anything with hopes that I would get drafted and lucky enough I did.
That
So
came along, he says.
lucky.
Didn't have to worry about going and doing any apprenticeships or anything. Do you have a pet? What sort of a pet do you have, if you have one?
Yeah, Jaden used to be my pet before we moved out.
Yeah.
But I got a little French bulldog called Bruno.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I used to live with the Canes. I had Bruno as well, but I actually just moved out and now I've got Liam Baker. So
How's he sleep? How's he eating at the moment?
no, he's all right.
It's all right.
He's ticking along and he's still
Starting to
alive.
realise how much of a pest he was to live with
Yeah,
the boat,
right.
so-
Yeah,
Bit of payback, mate. Yeah, all right, I get you. What's your star sign, boys?
Sagittarius.
I
Okay.
think I'm an Aquarius.
Yeah? You sure?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll go with it.
I'm copping that.
Yeah, is there a nickname that you have that we wouldn't be aware of? Is there anything that you can share with us?
Not particularly. No, I'm sort of Lambo or Lammy.
Turtle?
Oh,
I've heard turtle
yeah.
a few times.
It's only one bloke calls me Turtle, Brandon, but probably because he's the turtle. But not really. No.
No, okay.
Nah, it's hard for me to have one apart from Shorty. So
Yeah, it's not a lot you can work with.
we all know that one. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. When you've got just some you time, you've got nothing to do with football and it's just you, what do you get up to?
I don't know if I can tell you that.
Okay,
I usually
give us the clean
I
version.
usually spend time with Bruno, my dog, and
Okay.
take him down to the creek and watch him almost drown.
All right. Are you more of an indoors or an outdoors? Or like you win your Xbox, you play games, or you're more?
No, we'll never. Once we lived together, we barely ever played any of that. We're probably more outdoors and
Yep.
throw the frisbee and that sort of thing.
Yeah, good. All right.
And for me, I've actually just started painting my kitchen. So I had like a timber cupboard in my kitchen, and I've only just recently started painting them white. So that's what I do all my spare time.
kitchen.
Finding shit to do around the house. That's about it.
So have you just recently? You're in the process of renovating. Is that what the?
Yeah,
is this what this is going?
I'm living in it, but obviously the kitchen needed a paint job, so that's my job.
That's just
and
one of the processes you're
that's-
going
That's
through.
one of the things I'm
Okay,
doing.
all right. Can you tell me your best ever game of footy? Doesn't necessarily have to be the most obvious one, but
No,
give us your best
the
ever.
The best one was the grand final by far.
Yep.
Winning the flag. Easily the best day of my life.
Share a little bit of that emotion with us. Tell us what it was like for you. I've spoken with Trent, I've had Dusty on, I've spoken with all the boys. Give us your version.
Oh, it's difficult to put words into it,
Yeah.
to be honest. Something you work towards, but the main thing was just to see plenty of you would have been there or watching, and how much joy it brings to other people's lives. And it's more than just the 18 blokes or 22 out there. It's 100,000 people who can bring joy to their life. So hopefully we can do it again this year.
Oh, yeah. Is that the overwhelming feeling, just that exuberation that comes from all the years of work and the struggle that you've had to go through to get to not only make the grand final, but be playing for Richmond Football Club in the first place? Do you pinch yourself when you think that you're playing for the Richmond Football Club and you've won a flag?
Yeah, we do, but it's the journey along the way. We win a premiership, see how special that is. But when you reflect on it, all the moments throughout the year that are really special, and just the joy you get from being a part of the footy club, and those sort of things. Premierships are a bonus on top of that.
For sure. And look, we do a lot of players with shows with past players, and they always say it's at the end of your career when you do the most reflection. So you've got that opportunity of knowing that when you do get to the end of your career, you'll look back and go, mate, that 2017 grand final, that was huge. Didn't top the 2019 one, but but it was good. Tell us your thoughts on it.
On the grand final?
No, well, a little bit of that.
My favourite game? I think obviously maybe debuting.
Okay.
Obviously, it's a pretty hard road to get down and to become an AFL football player. So to make your debut, and then you always want more. And I've played over 50 games now, so now it's more like, fuck, what's next? And how many more can I play? But obviously your first game getting out there and actually, getting amongst it was pretty cool. So,
give us a little bit of that feeling when you first ran out there and you're at the. Where was your first game? Well, let's start there first.
Against Collingwood round 2, so 80,000 people there. And stuff,
mate, you'd take that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Wow. Tell us what that feeling was like crossing the line.
Yeah, it was an amazing feeling, but I sort of finished the game and everyone was, how was it? And it's sort of, geez, I don't really remember it.
Right.
It sort of happened pretty quick, and I've sort of forgotten how it really went, and it's just exciting to be out there.
Good on you, excellent. What's one food that you guys just simply can't resist? Try and steer away from it, but geez, man.
Probably a hedgehog.
Oh,
yeah. Well, I've got Dan Butler living with me as well, and his parents live in Ballarat, and his mum always makes hedgehog and he brings it home. So it's in the fridge, and I said I'm not going to eat it, but I've ended up eating the whole container. So
excellent. All right. What about you then?
I'm similar. Probably chocolate. Any sort of chocolate really. I can probably say no once, but then the second time they get to me. But I'll try to stay away from it.
Is there a particular bar of chocolate that stands out in your memory?
Nah, not particularly. Nah, they're all good. They're all good.
Yeah, all right. It's just one of those things. He likes chocolate. Ladies and gentlemen, that's just us finding out a little bit about the boys. Please put your hands together for them. Thank you. Thanks, boys. It's a little bit of as I said, it's just an icebreaker and get us to know a little bit more about you. What I want to do now, boys, is I want to go actually into the tipping. We're going to introduce it because it's September. So let's do that.
Oh yeah, September to remember. How could we?
All right, this round's going to be proudly brought to you by the Big Picture people, the experts in home cinema. Let's get the big picture on these games. Well, there's only two that we're going to be talking about. We're obviously moving into the semi-finals. I just want to go back and reflect on last week's games, all right? And specifically because it's a Richmond night, guess what the focus is going to be? Richmond, all right. So we're going to go into this. I just wanted to go through this. Lions, 8 goals, 17-65, defeated by the Tigers, 18-4-112. Let's just start there. Because that was seriously, I wrote down here, it was a dominant display of Tiger muscle. And that's actually what it was. Now, I've spoken to a lot of the boys over the journey, 2017, 2018, into 2019. You guys are back to playing that brand of football where you're tackling hard, you're running in packs, and you're handballing forward. And it's just giving everyone an opportunity. Is that how you feel, what I personally, when I'm watching it, is that what it's like when you're out there, that you just know you back each other and you're always running forward? Yeah,
definitely. It's a collective approach, and you look at the statistics, and Brisbane probably beat us in most areas, and I think it was Dion and Shedder who had low 30s, high 20s, and the rest of us probably 15 to 20, and that's what wins your big games is collective approach, and there's players in our team who will put themselves in a position that they're not necessarily going to get the ball, but the team will benefit from it. So I think that's our point of difference is there's 22 of us out there who don't care who takes the rewards, and in the end we all get the reward.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about the atmosphere. What was it like for you boys? We spoke out the back, but we'll talk about it now. What was it like temperature-wise? What was it like crowd-wise? What was the noise like?
Yeah, we got there on Friday, had a captain's run, and it was 33 degrees. So I think it's been 3 degrees in Melbourne. To go there was a bit of a shock, but Yeah, it was like 18 degrees Saturday night. And I think they had their biggest crowd, 37,000 at the Gabba. So that was pretty cool. Obviously, they started like a house on fire, Brisbane. So that was a bit of a shock for us. But, we stuck at it. And
Didn't you? You silenced them right down.
Yeah.
Put the silencer on the gun.
But no, they're a great team. And, they're going to be a good team for a long
What was
time.
the noise like?
Oh, to be honest, it felt like we had the home crowd. There's no surprise they had their biggest attendance at a Richmond game. So, they were pretty up and about early. But as the game went on, now fans stuck by us.
Didn't it? And you really, as I said, you just silenced them. What's it like playing on that deck? It looks beautiful. It looks like a pool table. Is it that nice?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It sort of looks like a synthetic
Turf
grass, but it was unbelievable. And,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a turf pitch, but. They've got to play the cricket there too, so we cop that.
But as I said, they came out, they were firing in the first quarter, and you had to negate that. You had to take the crowd out of it. You had to bring them back to your style of football, and you did. Came out in the second quarter, and then you just turned the whole game around.
Yeah, I think so. We looked at quarter time and said we couldn't get any control. We were under the pump and stuck in our D50, but we were still only 2 goals down. So it was a positive for that, and it was always going to happen. They're always going to play good footy. They're a good team, and especially up there. So we had to weather the storm, and that's the way the game unfolded.
Without going into too much detail, and unfortunately you probably just have to give us a little bit, what was the message at quarter time to make you come back out and do what you did in relation to coming on top of them in the second?
I'll answer this because Jaden doesn't listen to quarter time.
Can't really remember.
To be honest, Dimmer doesn't come out with any masterstrokes or groundbreaking things. Obviously, there's small changes in the way we go about it, but it's more just reinforcing our process. We finished third, equal first on the ladder, for a reason, and there's a process that works. So basically, just reinforcing our fundamentals, really.
Yep. Yeah, it's interesting because I go back to this. I wrote down, it's back, baby. The Tiger grit and determination, tackling self-belief, and everyone playing their role. Because every Richmond player that has come on the show has said exactly that thing. We've got a role, we know what it is, and we go out and we play it. And you would be no different from that. You're part of that team. So the grit and determination was there. That's really what I don't want to single out anyone because everyone plays their role at the club. But when you talk about the spine, you've got Prestia, Cochin and Edwards. Those three are probably three of the best on ballers that you've got in the league. When you have a look at what Prestia's, if he doesn't win the Jack Dyer, I'll go, hey. Trent Cochin's playing great brand of football now that he's come back, even after his hammies. And Shane Edwards, I mean, I had Shane on the show the other week, and he's just, I mean, even when I was talking to him, he just said, mate, I'm a real thinker. But he doesn't have time to think when he's out on the field, but he plays a bloody good brand of football. And he stepped into the role, which helped the Richmond Football Club not lose their positions down the ladder when all the leadership group was out. And when I talk of Rewald, I talk of even Dusty, I talk of Rance, and I talk of Cochin. And what he did and stepped up for the Richmond Football Club, my hat goes off to Shane Edwards. He's a brilliant footballer, a great asset. I also just wanted to allude to the fact that then you talk about your backline, you've got Grimes, Vlosten, Asprey and Broad. I mean, even Broady's just having a stellar season. Very underrated, but he's playing his role, again, because you're all doing that at the club. And then you talk about Martin, Rewalt and Lynch. I mean, we're talking about key forwards where you're saying the names Rewalt and Lynch, and then you can throw, you guys come out, we're going to put Dusty down there, he's just going to put on a lazy 6. I mean, wow, that is just brilliant to know you've got that in your armoury. Because it's literally, you've got a bow and arrow and you're pulling out your arrows and then you just go, oh, I've got nothing left. Oh, hang on, I've got a big Dusty in the back. I mean, that's phenomenal to be able to know that you've got that in your kick bag. How do you guys feel when you know that you're playing with the ilk of everybody I've just mentioned?
Yeah, you sort of forget until you name it like that. But yeah, when you do think about who they are and what they've done for the game and what they do for us, it's pretty amazing to. I'm just reading it here and I think, geez, we are pretty lucky and we get to run out beside them every week. So they are all special players and I love playing with them myself. Yeah.
What a spine, seriously. I had alluded to another team that I hate talking about them because I don't like teams when they're that good and they're interstate. But West Coast, I mean, they've got they've got the ability. They've got tall forwards, they've got small forwards, they've got on-ballers, they've got great backs. They're going to be a team. We need those guys to lose on the weekend, by the way. That's the kind of ilk of what you're talking about. It's amazing. Small on ball, running forward types, half forwards, half backs. We then talk of Short, Lambert and Hawley. That's where you guys come into play. That's your role. Basher Hawley, another guy that just unassuming but gets the job done. And he's bloody good at what he does. Tell us a little bit about Basher, how your contact with him.
Yeah, look, Basher's probably one of the most kindest humans you'll meet. He's very empathetic, very softly spoken, and he's getting better with age, isn't he? He's got it all worked out, Basher. He's well balanced. He's off field. He's on field.
Yeah.
The way he approaches his football, and he's someone you can really learn off in the way he approaches the game and his life. And you see that with the way he performs. He fears nothing. He just have a go at everything.
Does he?
Yeah, he'll just back himself in, and that's why we love him.
Yeah, he's a very good player. We talk all year about games being won and lost in the centre clearances. It was great to have Nank back. Obviously, to have Nankervis come into the side. You've been with Soldo and you've had Choi, and there's a bit of a mixture going around. But Nank, he's been playing his role, and it's great to know that he's come back in. Injury-free, I hope, and he can continue to go forward into the finals. You're a big packet of CCs. I wrote that down because there's a couple of things that work when you talk about a couple of big CCs, and that's consistency and continuity. And every club wants it. Every footballer that has been on the shows or I talk about it, every club wants to have consistency and continuity. And Richmond went through a hell of a time this year by having the amount of injuries that you did. Everyone's come back, and now you've got that consistency and continuity. And that's going to take you a long way into the finals. I'm not a Richmond supporter, you understand, right? But, mate, it's just looking really good. And that's why I just wanted to reinforce that. It's what every club strives for, and that's my point from it. You'll be coming up against either GWS or the Lions again next week at the G. Sorry? What did I say? Sorry.
West Coast.
Yes. My fault. I wrote that down and I read it. I've written it the right way, but anyway. You know where I'm going with this. It's not going to phase you who you're going to be playing because you're back at the MCG. You won 8 or 9 on the trot at the G this year in the latter stages. Was it 8 in a row?
I think since the bye, yeah.
Yeah, which has just been phenomenal. So you obviously bring it on, whatever is going to come. I wanted to just ask you this now. Bolton and Naish both just signed a 2-year contract extension. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Please.
Very good.
Very exciting for those two boys to know that they've got a future, at least another 2 years. But I also just wanted to allude to the fact, because you had mentioned that you've lived with one of these boys, but you've got Brandon Ellis and Dan Butler that are up on the trade table. There are rumours of that circulating at the moment. I know we probably don't really want to talk about it because we've got a finals to concentrate on, and that's where you want to go. But there are obviously those sort of rumours that are floating around. I wouldn't like to see it happen, but that's football and you've got to move forward. I now just wanted to move into the games that are coming up on this weekend. We're talking about the first game, which is coming up on Friday night, September the 13th. It's Geelong versus West Coast. Let's hear the Geelong song. That'll do, mate. Let's go straight to the West Coast one. That'll do there. All right. So those two teams coming up against themselves 7:50 p.m. at the MCG. Whoever is the winner out of that goes on to play Collingwood, which was written down before and I didn't say it correctly. Who do you think is going to win here, boys? What would be your tip?
I think it could go either way, to be honest. I think Geelong will have a better showing than what they had previously. I think, like we mentioned about West Coast, they're pretty well rounded all over the field. So I got an inkling that maybe the Cats will get them done. They might bounce back similar to what they did in 2017, I think it was, when we knocked them off, and then they beat Sydney. I think the Cats might get them.
Yeah, good.
I think West Coast might get up.
Ooh, really? All right. Give us margins. What do you think there? Close? What?
32 points.
So West Coast are going to win by 32 points over the Cats. Wow.
I think it'll be within 2 or 3 goals.
2 or 3 goals.
Yeah.
Okay. It should be an interesting game. We're not expecting it to be wet, so it's not going to be that the weather's going to favour either team. But yeah, that's an interesting outcome. Let's go to this next game then. This is on obviously Saturday night. It's Brisbane Lions versus GWS. Let's hear Brisbane. That'll do. Straight to GWS. That'll do there. Thanks, mate. 7:25 p.m. at the Gabba. This is going to be interesting to see how GWS go. They went out and they actually well, to be honest, they smashed Western Bulldogs last weekend. They played a really dirty but good game of football, rubbed their faces into the dirt and said, you want to learn how to play finals? This is the way we do it. It's going to be interesting. We're not talking about any shit people like Toby Green here, but hey, take it easy. You can't say that. Anyway, point being is that it's going to be interesting to see how those two teams come up, how they match up. At the Gabba, 7:25, who do you think? Whoever wins this is who you're going to be playing.
Obviously, GWS played a great game last week against the Bulldogs, and they finished before we started. So I think Brisbane will show up this weekend at their home ground, and they want to get the job done. They had a great year, and I think they'll win.
Wow! And margin while we're on it.
12 points.
12 points. Okay.
Just to go against him, I reckon GWS might get them done. They're a dangerous team, and I think they show up. They can really do some damage. So I'll back GWS in by 5 goals.
Wow, okay. Can I ask you, was there any teams that... No, actually, I won't ask you because I don't really want the answer. I do, but I'll say the question I was going to ask you, is there any teams that impressed you last weekend out of those, but who gives a stuff? So we don't, and that's as simple as it is. So it'll be interesting to see how that obviously all pans out, and then let's get on to, the prelim and the qualifying finals. That's exactly what we're looking at from there. So... that's all we need to go into from that. Could you please put your hands together for the boys? Thank you very much. I'll just tell you that round was brought to you by the big picture people, the experts in home cinema, 6 great locations, South Morang, Cheltenham, Fountain Gate, Hoppers Crossing, Water Gardens and the Gold Coast. Sandy, don't worry about it, it's fine. All right. I can tell. What we're going to do, we want to get some people involved because that's why we invited you all along tonight. No, it's not. You wanted to come here and just see these boys. You don't give a stuff about anything else. But that's fine. We want to get 2 contestants up here to get involved in the show. What I'm going to do then, I'm going to introduce the segment. You two will be playing along and I'll give you an idea of how it's going to work after this. It's called Simply the Best.
You're simply the best.
All right, here we go. The way that this is going to work, I'm going to be asking you two a series of Tiger-related questions. There's 20 questions in total. And the way that you have to actually win this segment is you have to buzz in with your name. So, Ange, when you hear the question and you think you know it, buzz in with your name. And it would sound like...
Ange.
No, it wouldn't, Ange. It would sound like Ange. Try that.
Ange.
That's better, thank you. And Jaden?
Jaden.
All right. So when you think you know the answer to the particular question, I'm going to ask you to jump in with your
Names.
buzzer and we'll see how we go. I will let you know, though, each question that you get right is worth $5.
Sure.
All right? So there's no pressure, but you've only got about 3 seconds to answer each question. What's going to happen is, Ange, Jaden's going to keep score on your behalf, and Jaden, this is going to get really confusing, Jaden... Kane's going to keep score for you, all right? So that's how it's going to work. So here come your questions. First one to buzz in, and we'll see how we go. Which Richmond player has played the most games in the history of the club?
Jaden.
A, Jack Dyer, B, Francis Burke, or C, Kevin Bartlett?
KB.
There you go. You got it. That's one. All right, $5. How many VFL, AFL grand finals has the Richmond Football Club...
Jaden. 11.
Jaden. Played in?
Oh, played in.
Ange?
16.
No. Do you want to have another go, Jaden?
We've won 11, and what did we lose? 9, I think? Or maybe 10. So 21.
No, 23. Bad luck. Who is your team's captain?
Ange.
Jaden.
Ange.
Trent Cotchin.
There it is. Out of the 3 players, you're keeping score, aren't you? Yep, beautiful. He was going, hey, this is fun. I don't mind just sitting here watching this. Yeah, sorry, mate. You've got to keep score, all right? Okay, thank you. Because I got to do this and they got to do that. You got to do that. All right. Out of these 3 players, who has captained the Richmond Football Club the most? A, Chris Newman, B, Wayne Campbell, or C, Trent Cotchin?
Ange.
Ange.
Koch.
Yes, you're right. Well done. Richmond Football Club have finished on the ladder at the end of the home and away season in its history a total of A, 6 times, B, 4 times, or C, 8 times.
Finish what?
On top of the ladder.
On top.
Jaden. 4? No, 6.
Hang on. Are you buzzing in?
Yes.
Yeah, and
Jaden.
your answer was?
6.
No, it wasn't. Ange?
8.
Yes, it was. 8. Correct. He's keeping score now. Where did Richmond finish on the ladder at the end of the home and away
Jaden.
season?
This year?
Which year?
Jaden.
This year, was it?
Well, I didn't finish it.
Where did we finish? We had a away final. We 3rd.
Would you like the rest of the question?
Yes, I would.
Last year.
Last year. 1st.
Yes, correct. There you go. You got it. It always pays just to wait until the question gets...
My bad.
All right. Who wears the number 7 at the Richmond Football Club?
Jaden.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say? Who number?
You can't keep doing this.
I was waiting. I wasn't listening though.
Hang on. Who wears the number 7 at the Richmond Football Club?
Dan Butler?
Yeah, that'll do. All right, I'll give it to you. This is for 2 points. Please wait until I get to the end
I'm
of the
listening.
question. All right. 2 points, player and goals. Who was your club's leading goal kicker in 2018? And how many
Jaden.
goals did they kick?
Ange.
Yeah?
Jack Rewald.
Yes?
56.
Close. It is Jack Rewald. How many would
How
you like to
close?
say? It's close.
Any ideas?
60.
Nothing.
No.
57.
No, 65. You had the numbers, they were
Not
just
that
back to
close.
front. How many games did your team win last year at the end of the home and away season?
Jaden.
Jaden?
16.
No. Ange, would you like to have a go?
17.
No. 18. Bad luck. All right. Name 3 coaches over the last 20 years.
Jaden.
Jaden?
Well, Danny Frawley, rest
Yes,
in peace.
yep.
We had Dimmer. And was it 3 the last how many years?
20 years.
Frawley,
Yep.
Dimmer,
Yep.
and who else we had? Terry Wallace.
Yes, that'll do. Well done. How many losing grand finals has the Richmond Football Club played in?
Ange.
Ange?
11.
No.
Jaden. Oh, wait, you said
Jaden.
it before. We won 11. How many did we play in? 23, did you say? So that would be... Wait, what did I just say? We played in 23. We've won 11.
Yeah.
So 12.
Yes! Well done. All right.
13 years of school. It's paid off.
Jaden, that was bloody fantastic. Good maths, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
All right. Closest to within 1,000. How many members is your club currently
Jaden.
have?
Ange.
Who you reckon, Jaden?
101,000?
Yes, it's 102,729. You're closer than 1,000. That'll do. You got it. All right. Which out of these 3 Richmond Grand Finals has had the largest crowd in attendance? Was it A, 1969 versus Carlton, B, 1980 versus Melbourne, or C, 2017 versus Adelaide?
Jaden.
Jaden.
B.
No, you'd be wrong. Ange.
A.
You'd be correct. 1969 versus Carlton, 119,165. Well done. How many premierships has the Richmond Football Club won?
Jaden.
Jaden.
11.
Oh, your maths are still good. Excellent.
Got it.
11 it is. Who out of these 3 players has won the most BNFs at the Richmond Football Club? A, Kevin Bartlett, B, Wayne Campbell, or C, Jack Dyer?
You guess first.
Who do you reckon, Ange?
I'll go KB.
You'll go KB? You'd be wrong, sorry. Who would you like
It's
to...
called the Jack Dyer Medal, so I'll go with him.
Yes, it is. Jack Dyer, 6. 6 times he's won it. This is for 3 points. How are we going score-wise? 7 versus 5. All right, come on, Ange. Oh, even though I still want you to do it. Come on, Jaden.
Thanks, Damo.
No, it's all right, mate. I'm right in your corner. Just listen to the whole question, that's all. 3 points. Player, year and votes. How many votes, what year, and who was the last Richmond player to win a Brownlow medal?
Ange.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, Ange.
Dusty. 2017. 36.
Yeah, spot on. All 3 points. Well done. All 3 points are yours. Congratulations. 3 points. He's like, yeah, okay. All right. How many Brownlow medalists has the Richmond Football Club produced in its history? A, 6, B, 7, or C, 8?
Ange.
Ange,
B.
did you say
B.
B? B would be correct, yeah.
How many points?
That's 1, mate. Just 1 for that. Just 1. Just 1. B7, correct. What year did your team last win a grand final?
Ange.
Is it Jaden? I think that was Jaden. Jaden?
When did we last win the grand final? 2017?
Yeah.
Was there another part of the question? Was that it? Did we both go too early then?
That's all right.
We both won it. We played the Crows.
Yeah, that's it. 2017 and the Crows. Well done. That was just 1 point. Two questions to go. What are we sitting on? 9 versus 8. Oh, nice and close. Wow. How many points did you win that grand final by? Jaden.
It's written on my scarf, but I won't look. 48?
Yeah, correct. All right. So it's 9 versus 9. It's your last one. First one in. Who won the Norm Smith medal in the 1980 grand final?
Jaden.
Ange.
KB.
KB. KB is correct. And bonus points. How many goals did he kick in that grand final?
Jaden.
And 6.
Did you say 6?
6.
You said 6, and you say
7.
it is 7. It is 7, but that was bonus point.
Bonus point.
But you got that. You both finished
10
up
apiece.
with a score of 10.
Tiebreaker?
That's fantastic. It doesn't matter. You both. I'm going to look after you because, as I said, you both win $5 each. So there's, you're both winners. You know what I mean? So you've just won $50 each.
Beautiful.
All right?
Thank you.
Congratulations to both of you. Well done. Yeah. Well done, guys. That was nice and easy. No, it wasn't. Thanks for playing. Yeah, it's good to have you here. That little segment of Simply the Best was proudly brought to you. Actually, it was brought to you by the Big Picture people because they're the ones that gave us the cash to give away, which Sandy will look after you guys and come and see you at the end of this. So well done to everyone that participated, especially to Jaden. That was wonderful. What we're going to do now, we want 2 kids to come up. Who would be the 2 kids that would like to participate? All right, what we're going to do here, you two are going to be keeping score for this particular segment. Normally I'd do this, and we used to do it with team versus team, but you two are going to go head-to-head against each other. I'm going to introduce a segment. It's called I Got Game.
What is game? Who got game? Where's the game in life? Behind the game, I got game.
All right, now the way this actually works, boys, is I'm going to tell you whether you won or lost this game, and then I'm going to give you the result. What you boys have to do is it's the first one in that can tell me who it was that you played against, what round it was, what ground you played it at, and what day. And for each one that you get right, you get a point for it.
Jaden couldn't even flip over that paddle. I don't think it's going to happen.
That's what makes it so bloody funny.
Me, Damo. You're making it hard here.
So what's going to happen is, Anthony, you're going to be keeping score each time Jaden gets the ones right. And I'm presuming from what Kane said, it's not going to be much, all right? But what's going to happen, Kaylin, is you're going to be doing the same thing, all right? So you two, as soon as you think you can identify the game, you just say, I'm right, I'm up. Then you've got to tell me the team that you played against, the round it was, which ground you played it on, and the day of the week that the game was. So here is your first one, okay? You won this game. The result was 14-13-97 to Richmond to 9-10-64. Who did you play? What round? And where was it?
Yeah, Kane.
Yes.
Was it round 23 against Brisbane at the MCG?
No.
Jaden?
Yes, Jaden.
Sure.
Go right back. As far as you can.
Was it against Carlton round 1
Yes, it was against Carlton round 1.
at the MCG on a Thursday night?
On a Thursday night, yeah. All 4 points. Well done. That's all 4 points. Anthony, all 4 points. So you got all 4.
Wait, he's off.
Well done, mate. That was awesome. All right, I hope I didn't help there. Oh, I hope I did. This is your next one. You lost this game, okay? It was 19-11-125 to 10-16-76. Richmond scored 10-16-76.
Jaden.
Team you lost to it scored 19-11-125. Who do you think, Jay?
Was it against GWS?
Yes, it was. What round would it have been?
That's round 3
Yes, it was.
on a Saturday.
Yes, and the ground?
Yeah, that's Giant Stadium. That's what it's called. Spotless Stadium, Giant Stadium now.
Sydney Showgrounds? Yeah, give it to him. Yeah, all right.
That's
yeah,
the Giant Stadium
yeah,
now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All 4 points. Jeez, man. He's going all right. I'm liking this. All right. Let's see how you go here. You lost this game. It was 15-9-99. That was your opponent's score. Your score was 7-10-52. What do you reckon?
Who else did we lose to?
I can give you a hint. It was round 7.
Oh. Come on.
Kane.
Yes, Kane.
Bulldogs.
Yes. Oh. Well done, mate. Whereabouts?
Etihad.
Yes. Or Marvel. And what night?
Oh, yeah.
Or day?
What not? Friday night?
No, Saturday. But you get 2 points. So it's Bulldogs at Etihad or Marvel. All right, very good. Let's go to this one. This was a win. You guys, 10-13-73 to 6-14-50.
Jaden.
Yes, Jaden.
Port Adelaide?
No.
No.
Let me know any time you want a hint, boys.
I'll have a hint, Damo.
It was round 10.
Kane.
Yes, Kane.
Fremantle.
No.
Round 10.
I can give you the ground. MCG round 10.
Kane.
Yes, Kane.
Hawthorn.
No. It's going to be good. We'll go through all the clubs here.
Oh.
It was a Saturday night, MCG round 10. 10-13-73 to 6-14-50.
Essendon?
Yes, 1 point. Well done. All right. You won this game, 14-14-98 to 9-12-66.
98, big score.
Recently. 14-14-98, 9-12-66. Do you want a hint?
Yep.
Round 19. First in.
You've struggled, Kano. What do you know? Oh, look at my points. That's...
Beautiful. Round 19. MCG.
West Coast.
No.
Collingwood.
Yes. Collingwood it is. What night? Day? Something.
Sunday.
No. Friday night. Collingwood. Round 19. MCG Friday night. 2 more here for you, boys. How's the score going? 9 versus... 3. All right. Come on, Kano. You won this game 13-10-88 to 13-4-82. Close one.
West Coast.
Yes. That's Kano, obviously. Yeah.
At the G.
Yeah. West Coast.
On a
At the
Sunday.
G. On a Sunday. Round...
22. Yeah. 22.
What was your answer?
22.
Yeah. He got all 4 points. Well done. West Coast round 22, MCG Sunday. So it takes him up to a total score of... Still counting. All right. 7 versus 9. Close one, boys. This is your last one. Get across the line. This, you won 23-12, 150 to 9-4-58.
Jaden.
Jaden. Who was it?
We smacked them. Gold Coast?
Yes, it was. That's 1 point.
It was a day game on a Saturday afternoon.
It was a Saturday, yes. That's 2 points.
At-
That's in.
Metricon Stadium.
That's 3 points.
And
Round.
it was round 16.
Spot on. You got it. Well done. You did it. Well done, champ. Finished up with a total score of 13. Anthony, that makes you our winner. Kaylin, that makes you our runner-up, all right? We don't have losers on this show, mate, so congratulations on what you boys just did. What we're actually going to do, because Jaden won for you, and because Jaden thinks you're a top bloke, Jaden has won the cake, which means Jaden's said that you can have that, Anthony, all right? So that is yours to take home. All right, so well done. You can thank Jaden if you want. He's the one that did it. All right, Kaylin, congratulations. Well done. You don't go home empty-handed. Thanks, Kaylin. You don't go home empty-handed, mate, because you're going to take home the little prize pack. Have you ever been go-karting? Do you like go-karting? Never been? There's 2 $40 vouchers in there to the total of $80 for you and a mate to go go-karting down in Port Melbourne. All right, that plus some other stuff. So thanks for playing, boys. Well done. Good on you guys. That little segment was proudly brought to you by the Cheesecake Shop, the nation's most loved cheesecake shop. Why? Because it's made with love. That was nice, boys. Thank you very much for getting involved in that little segment. Little bit of fun for everybody to participate in. What I want to do now is get 2 more individuals up, and this is our last little prize segment that we're going to give away. I've got some good stuff here to give away, and if you want to get involved, this is the only chance you're going to get to win it. Who wants to play it? You 2 are going to be keeping score. There's your score paddle. Thank you, Gail. Thank you, Danielle. Danielle, you're going to be playing on behalf of Jaden, and Gail, you're going to be playing on behalf of Kane. I'll introduce a segment. It's called What I Like About You. All right, what I'm going to do here, boys, I'm going to actually ask, this is all about characteristics and circumstances through scenario, all right? So I'm going to talk about a certain scenario that is going to involve Jaden, but Jaden's not going to give the answer to it. You're going to have a multiple choice where you will be giving the answer to what you think he would do in that particular circumstance. Who would like to go first between the 2 of you?
Kane can go.
Kane would like to go first. All right. Everyone's nominating themselves something stupid here. This is wonderful. So what's going to happen, I'm going to talk about a scenario that involves you, and now Jaden's going to give an answer as to what he thinks you would do in this scenario. If he gets it right, which means if Jaden gets it right, Danielle, you'll be keeping score for, as I said, Jaden, and when it comes to Kane's turn, you'll be keeping score, Gail. All right, so Kane is doing the shopping, and the person in front of him in the queue is in a 12 items or less register. They've got a massive trolley load of groceries. What does Kane do next? Does he kindly point out that they are at the wrong register? Does he say nothing and just patiently wait, or just move to another cash register? What will he do?
He says nothing and patiently waits.
Well, depending on what's going on with the other caterers, if I would wait. Yeah.
So would you award him the point and say yes?
Well, if the other cashier was empty, I'd go there. But if it wasn't, I'd wait.
All right. Well, we'll give it to him.
I'll give it to him.
We'll give it to him. All right. So there's 1 point. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Okay. So Kane is in a taxi cab with a driver that seems intent on stopping at every orange light when they could have clearly made it through the intersection. They also keep letting people merge in front. And they are driving at 20 kilometres under the speed limit. What does Kane do next? Does he think what a nice, friendly person they are and say nothing? Or does he say, come on, mate, what's going on? I've got an appointment to get to as well. Or does he politely say, excuse me, can we please pick up the pace a little?
Yeah, I've only ever been in a cab with Kane after he's had a few beers, and he's usually asleep, so... I don't think he's saying too much.
I haven't got that written down here, that part.
I think he's copping on the chin, and he's just accepting it. It's going to take a bit longer.
Is that C? Yeah, the bottom last one. Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, politely. Okay, all right, there's another point. Wonderful. You're at the... Kane's at the baggage carousel at the airport. He's patiently waiting for his luggage to come off. He sees it, but he can't get access to it because people are in the way. Does he politely push his way through, go to another area to collect it, or C, does he just wait until everybody has got theirs, and then he just goes in and grabs his?
There's a bit of a theme here. I think everyone's going to understand that Kane's a little bit patient, but I think he'd wait.
I'll make sure.
Yeah.
Mixture
Depends if we're going somewhere or on our way home.
Okay.
I would have said B, where
You would have said
go
B.
to another area.
Okay, go to another area and collect it. You got it wrong. No points there. Okay. So we finished up with a total score. There's only 3 questions. He got 2 of them right. Well done. You are working magnificently down there, Danielle. Thank you so much. All right, now we're going to switch the questions over. You're now going to be answering what you think Jaden's going to do. Jaden has pulled up at a set of traffic lights and the people in the car next to him recognise him. What does he do next? Does he A, wave at them, B, ignore them, or B, pretend he hasn't seen them?
Where's D, wind the window down and have a chat?
We can put that in there.
No, he'll give him a wave.
Give him a wave?
Yeah,
good. All right, there you go. 1 point. All right. Jaden is driving along in the freeway in the right-hand lane doing 100 clicks when he suddenly has to stop to slow down for the person in front of him who is doing only 80. What does he do next? Does he patiently just wait, hoping they will move over shortly? Does he change lanes and then jump back in front of them and continue on his way? Or does he flash his lights like a madman, toot his horn, suggesting that they move over?
There'll be a few cursives going on, but he'd change lane and skip straight back in front of him.
Yeah, I would.
All right, there you go. Beautiful. Here's your last one. Jaden is at an intersection turning right and the person in front of him is on their phone texting. And as a consequence, they miss the green arrow. What does he do next? Is he upset by this? Is he upset by this and he thinks, oh, well, does he toot his horn or does he give him the death stare?
he's probably texting him for one. And, I reckon he does the old, like, he toots, but as he's going, so he knows he's not stopping next to him.
Right,
So,
okay.
They can't have a word to me.
Yeah, right.
As they're about a kilometre away, he's giving them these ones. But,
All right, so we're going to award him the point for that one. So we're going to say 3 versus 2. It doesn't matter because either way, it's not a competition, that part. We just wanted to find out a little bit about their characteristics and their personality. That's why we asked those particular questions. You guys were candid and honest. Thank you so much for doing so. You two lovely ladies have just actually won for yourselves there's one $40 cheesecake voucher. There's another $40 cheesecake voucher. And Sandy, would you mind, could you pass those 2 signed footballs up to the lovely ladies? You're both going to take home a signed football, which the boys signed earlier. Thank you very much for participating. Appreciate it. Thanks, Danielle. That's all right. Don't stress. That's okay. That's okay. We'll fix it later. It's all good. What I just wanted to say is it's a small, lovely, intimate crowd this evening. There's a lot of loyal faces that I've seen at the show tonight. I can't thank you guys enough for coming along and supporting it. I wanted to also just acknowledge it's been a pretty tragic week for everybody in the football community, and I just wanted to... I've done a couple of dedications this year to these shows, and I wanted to just acknowledge Danny Frawley, the sad passing of Danny Frawley for this particular show. So could you just... I know it sounds inappropriate, but if you could just put your hands together for what a wonderful man. It's a sad circumstance. Life goes on. Remember, if you're dealing with any issues, get on the Lifeline at 13 11 44 and they'll have a chat with them. But I also just wanted to allude to the fact that we've got 2 more shows coming up. One of them is going to be on the 18th of September and the other one's going to be on the 25th of September. I'm guessing at this stage they're probably going to be 2 Richmond shows. I don't know. I'm probably guessing that the next one is going to be at the Village Green. And I'm probably guessing that I could tell you who's going to be on it, but I won't. We'll wait and see how that all pans out in the next week or so. But we will be doing our next 2 shows, and the next one's over at the Village Green, and that's already been confirmed. So keep an eye out on the Facebook page. Let all your friends know that, you know, they should have been here tonight, but they couldn't because they live too far away, or it's a school night, or it's a Wednesday, and all those other reasons. But come along to the next one if you can. It'd be great to see you there. All I wanted to do now is just thank our sponsors, the Framing Queen. Sandy does all this stuff, so if you guys have got anything framed, like that jumper that Anthony's wearing, if he wants to take it off and get it framed, Sandy can do all that stuff for you. There's plenty that she can do. The Big Picture people, they've looked after us. You should be really thanking them, Ross. The Comics Lounge, Hamper World, Cheesecake Shop. I could just think, you guys could thank everybody tonight. This is bloody wonderful. Burley Seacombe for the footballs, Ozcarts, that young fella, where is he, Caleb? You're going go-karting, mate. Let us know how that one goes. Enjoy yourself with that. We've, as I said, only got a couple more shows to go. All I wanted to do now is just say thanks to Sam. He's been with us for the last 3 years. Great job again tonight, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you to the lovely Sandy. She always greets you at the door and looks after the raffle tickets, and she does everything she can. And lastly, but most importantly, could you please thank Kane Lambert, Jaden Short from the Richmond Football Club. Good luck, guys. Obviously, you've got this weekend off. You're going to be intently watching the football, I presume, and then you've got your game coming up the weekend after. Good luck, guys. Seriously, go out there and smash it and make the grand final. Let's make it a cracker. Couldn't you imagine Collingwood Richmond grand final? Whoa. No, they all say. But let's just get Richmond there first, because that'd be a great accomplishment for you. Good luck into the finals, boys, moving forward. Hope it all goes well. All I wanted to say now is thanks to everyone for attending tonight. My name's Damien. This has been the That's Good for Footy panel shows. Thank you and good night. Cheers, everyone. Bye.